Half the speakers or more tonight have financial interests in rezoning non-urban lands. If the councils want to hear the majority of residents, they would prefer this meeting and have ones where others without financial interest could speak. Better still, refer to the previous consultation submissions over the last 2 or 3 years. Many locals are confused by the way the handling of those submissions, and I hope this meeting is not a de facto further submission process. The 2009 LEP was passed only 2 years ago, and some councillors sitting here will know how many submissions at the time of 3 years that required. We're now in year 6 of public consultation on these lands. No sooner was that LEP passed than a complicated spot rezoning of the process was commenced. And when asked, the overwhelming majority of residents in this town opposed urban subdivisions outside the existing boundaries and supported maintaining strict environmental protection. 3,000 pro-conservation submissions were made in 2009. These have great integrity and statistical significance, and one can claim that they represent 90% of residents in this town. They were collected spontaneously. Hundreds were done without persuasion, without hard sell, at one stall Alliance Fair that year. Planners and administration kept their word of the wishes of the town to be followed, and the submission stakeout was made for environmental protection and no subdivisions. In 2009, we were assured by David Green that this whole process would be ended by late 2010. It's now late 2011, and the plans for the subdivisions are back on the table. We're revisiting them, and the whole consultation seems to be begun again. Now, those with interests seem well organised. The community is not well organised on this because of the community. There appears to have been good consultation with council over this administration period. But is this the kind of spot rezoning driven by landowners? It's the preferred way of conducting de facto principles for what will be development unseen beyond these current ones, with arguably undeniable environmental impacts in the future. 2010, David again agreed that with the exception of a few blocks at Lloyd's Place, Oxford, Cambridge Council past or recent zonings. People who buy land without building permissions or with zoning restrictions do so at their own risk. Otherwise, there'd be endless camps of people in Quarry Street and every Western Sydney council wanting rezonings. Last point is that there's been unreasonable pressure on public record by some of the interested and those who should criticise their pressure that should not be done as part of their applications. And this is another reason why
Good evening, councillors and locals. My name is Adam Blackwell, part owner of Blackwell Landscape Supplies and Earth Movement, which previously before 96 was rural zoning, unlike now which was changed to 7D. I would like to give you a business view of the landowner's perspective on the 7D land. Our company has spent over $50,000 countless meetings with council over the past 10 years trying to get the zoning issue sorted out, and it has come to the point where we need certainty to be able to move forward. In 1984, we were there approved to operate our business and encouraged by council to grow to service the needs of the community. In 96, the zoning of the area changed, and since that time we have been unable to get approval for anything, not even a shed. Over the years, we've had countless meetings on our property with members of the council who have told us to keep operating. The 7D existing use rights issue will be sorted. This year in particular has seen us under heavy attack from the ill-formed and extreme members of the Green Party who are trying to have us shut down. They use the media as a stunt to manipulate the truth. We've been accused of MTV News of Green Falls, which happens to be 1.5 kilometres upstream of our site. I've never seen water run uphill, have you? My understanding of the Green Movement
What's this got to
was
do with
that
the issue?
they were in support of waste of water. landscape supply yard that uses waste avoidance. One of our company policies is environmental management through the use of recycled soils concrete. We have 40 families relying on it, and in the area where it's not a huge amount of work at the best of times. Is it the intention of these complainants that 40 people are out of work because of the zoning issue? Our DAs for a shed have been refused because of the 7D land, but at the same time, other council departments have been telling us we are in need of sheds. We own industrial land next to Landcom Estate. Should we move up there? The residents would love that. We've been operating on our current site for 35 years. We are being penalised for being successful in our vision and our commitment to waste recovery. As far as practical, we comply by the laws of our community. We have EPA guidelines, seal ponds, and conduct regular testing of materials. We own 70 acres of bushland and we intentionally keep it pristine. Bob Hogarth even donated 1,000 acres of bushland. Would any other member of the community like to donate their land? Our company, the bus depot, Pinners Chicken Farm, Baines Concrete, Sunrise Industry, and all other local businesses are in the same boat. We need clear direction and reasonable solutions. Where is everyone going to work if we are unable to operate a business in this area? Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Blackwell. I've lived there for 63 years. I was born in this town. I've worked in this town. I've seen businesses close down in this town, like the mushroom farm, the chicken farm, all over, like when people trying to shut the mine down and out around our way, trying to shut us down. Now, we do a lot of things for this community. I've worked for this community over years, like my father-in-law, my father. We helped build swimming pool, fought in the ring. We get money to build this town, help the schools, help the churches, help the tennis courts, do everything like that. We donate. And now we've got a business out there, we've got people coming out there trying to shut us down. I've been talking to the council for years, and I've got letters out there since 1978. No one is, like I said, all the time to go on about out the top of the era. How much land do they want? We've got 70 acres. We only want to use about 10 acres of our property. The rest of it stays in the national park. I don't care. It's a rainforest here. It is a rainforest. I don't care about the animals. If you learn about the animals that much, why don't you follow the RTA and have to fence the roads in? How many animals get killed on the roads? There's like wombats, wallabies, possums, everything gets killed on the road. No one cares about that. They only know about national parks. National parks good, but why have businesses suffering out town over just national park? I can't see it. Everybody's got to live and work together, and that's what 40 years ago in this town, everyone stood together and they worked together and they helped each other. Now, everybody's fighting, and it's about time the council sorted it out. I've got politicians here who said they can't get involved in half the stuff. Well, what have they got the job for? Why don't you get on with that phone and do what they're going to say and sort it out? We've been 32 years we've been waiting for this to happen. Thank you.